Alright, before I cover the new version of Fighter, I want to talk a little about fighters from and fighting men from the past. The fighting man goes back to the original D&D, and it continued through all the versions, and it's a basic class without any frills, and so it could be altered to fit whatever warrior archetype you want to play, whether it's barbarian or ranger or knight or samurai or whatever. At least that's the way it was in the original D&D, and also true in advanced D&D. But it was real simple to play in first edition and before that. So if you've been playing a while and everybody is up to 5th level, and a new player shows up who's never played before, you could hand them a 5th level fighter and they could jump right in there. It wasn't any different to play than it was at first level, except that you died more easily at first level, but still. It was real simple to play, and second edition ruined that to some extent because they added the non-weapon proficiency. So now you had to learn a little bit more about the game to play it, but it still wasn't too bad of a step at that point. That was an optional rule that you could do without, and so the new player could just not know about those until he'd been playing a while. But the main thing that fighters did is they had a better chance to hit than other classes. And so here's the chart from first edition to show you. So 0 level fighters, that's ordinary people, had the same chance to hit as first level thieves and clerics. Thieves and magic users. They had the same chance to hit as first level thieves and magic users, and first level fighters and first level clerics were one better, 5% better. They could hit the same, first level clerics and fighters. In second edition, they did with THAC0, and so they would have a THAC0 of 20. But one of the changes of second edition is they made everybody as good as a first level fighter to start off with. But after that, fighters improved by 5% every level. So their chance to hit would improve by 1 on a 20-sided die. Every level would go up. But the chart, you have to read the fine print to see that, because the chart only gives you 2 level increments. This one actually gives you all of them, but the one that's in the DM's guide only gave you 2 level increments. Let's get this a little closer to you so you can see that. So the fighter got better and better until they had a THAC0 of 4, which meant they could hit a 10, somebody with no armor, with a -4. So if they had a whole bunch of reasons it was really hard to hit, they could still hit with a -4. They could hit anything in chainmail and shield or less or worse. They could hit that automatically at 17th level. Now, if you compare it to the other classes, let me get this so I can actually see it. So the magic users, or let's start with the clerics, they have the best chance to hit. They improve every 3 levels. So magic users at 19th level, where they top out, their equivalent of a 12th level fighter is their chance to hit. While thieves, they at 21st level, they're the equivalent of an 11th level fighter. And magic users at 21st level can roll to hit the equivalent of a 10th level fighter. So fighters get really good chance to hit. That's their main thing. Now, when in the first edition, my favorite classes were magic user and cleric. I liked, not cleric, druid. I liked druid better, but there were some things I liked about magic user that made it also a favorite class. But second edition ruined the druid, so I was just a magic user guy in second edition days. But third edition, with all the rules I had, I came to like fighters in third edition because it was really hard for DMs to sabotage. Okay, roll to hit, roll damage. But in 5th edition, they found a way to mess that up, which I'll cover next time. But anyway, in the 3rd edition, they had feats, and it was introduced in the Celts book of 2nd edition, but feats were really big in 3rd edition. There were lots and lots of feats and lots of fighter feats. Fighters got a feat every other level, and so I had all these different maneuvers I could do, and I hated looking at my character sheet constantly to try to figure out what I could do in a situation. I just want to play a fighter. I want to roll to hit, roll damage, and that's all. And so one of the times I played 3rd edition, I played a fighter, and I picked feats that would work all the time, that it wouldn't require me to do a special maneuver. There were ones that would help my hit points and saving throws, and that was it. But I know the DM did not like that. He wanted me to do all these fancy special maneuvers and stuff, but I didn't want to. So 5th edition from 10 years ago dialed back on the feats. The feats were still there, but there weren't as many, and they weren't mandatory. So it wasn't as big of a deal. And next time I'll cover what they've done with the feats. Are back in this new edition, and so I'll cover that in the future. But I just want to say, the main thing fighters do is they improve to hit better than other classes. Much, much better. Twice as better in the long run. So, but, that's still, at high levels, magic users are still more powerful because of their spells, but fighters are still a useful class even at high levels with their chance to hit everything. But, when I was playing 2nd edition, I did algebra in my head in order to do the Stacko thing, but all the other DMs I played with gave everything armor class 0 to make it easier on themselves. And then later, when I played 2nd edition, the DMs were revealing the armor class to the players and having them help them figure out Stacko and whether it was a hit, which is a big no-no in 1st edition. You're not supposed to know the armor class of the creature you're fighting, but you might figure it out if the fight lasts long enough. Anyway.